I have Mr. David Hernandez, the David Hernandez, the one and only David Hernandez. How long have we known each other?
Dude, I knew you since I want to say like 22.
Yeah, and you're only 25 now.
Yeah, so a solid 3 years. Yeah, it's been a solid 3 years.
Well, I know in your world, you're never actually allowed to tell people how old you are.
Oh, fuck that. No, first of all, no. That whole myth is done. People can just Google me and understand how old I am. Like, I'm 36 years old. I've known you for 14 years, bro.
Dude,
That's a long time.
wow,
And I'm
think
and I'm
about
proud
that.
of being 36 too, because I have the things that I know now. I wouldn't go back to 22 if you paid me. I was a mess. Like, there's
Dude,
no way.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I realized early on when I was trying to play the singing game and I was trying to do all of that stuff, and people would ask me when I was 25, and I'm like, should I say 23? And then they'd ask me when I was 27, should I say 25? And then I just started the I don't care. I had to put that hat on. So
I mean, it's like, why even lie about it? We still really don't even know Beyonce's age, but I'm pretty sure she's like close to 40. I mean, given
it
her
was it was
career span.
it was funny. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he sent me a bunch of the animojis on the iPhone where they put it in front of your face.
Yeah.
And so he sent me a bunch of things where he was talking crap to me, and so I sang him something back as a shark, and he responded to me and he said, "Greg, you sound like a middle-aged black woman." And I said, "Well, Beyonce is a middle-aged black woman, so I take that as an extremely high compliment."
Yeah. And don't we have middle-aged black women that just live inside us inherently?
Yeah,
You know?
honestly, I think if you don't, you're suppressing it, and you need to let it out. That's
Exactly. Just be you. Be true to you, girl.
exactly right. Well, so let's talk about. So obviously, you were one of the top people on what season of American Idol were you just over there crushing it?
That was season 7, back in 2008. So it was like me, David Cook, David Archuleta, Slayster Mercado. We had Carly Smithson, Brooke White, Jason Castro, Chiquizi. I don't know why I remember all these names, but I guess it was like a pivotal time in my life that I remember, because I never remember someone's first and last name. Well, let alone first name. I forget everything. Um, but yeah, it was in 2008, season 7, top 12. Yeah, it was a crazy time. And I knew you then, so we were
Yeah.
we were chatting the whole time.
Yeah, it was crazy when you were like so just for everyone who doesn't realize so with everyone who was watching from the outside looking in,
Yeah,
how real is what you see on the screen?
like none of it.
No,
Bro, I have never seen a video of me chopped up in so many different ways ever in my life. Like, I've shot videos since then, and it's kind of crazy. Like, and it's brilliant the way these producers like create this story that may have not actually have been like a noteworthy story, and they'll just make it into this thing, and you're like, holy shit! Like, how did that just? God, I'm dope. You know what I mean? Like, you just made me sound like I've been through it. But yeah, it was. I mean, a lot of it's like, that was like, by the time I got on TV, I had already been going through the show's auditioning rounds for 1 year.
oh wow,
So I
that's
had
crazy.
already, like, well, almost a year. I had auditioned in like May or June of 2007, and I wasn't even on the show until like the end of January of 2008.
Wow,
So I mean, yeah, like, and you go through all these rounds, you wear the same clothes so that they can chop up like the different, you know what I mean? Like the audition part versus like you just talking to the judges. Like, that was a whole nother day. Like, so it was kind
yeah.
of crazy. Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely. So, what are some of the so if you had to pick, and this might be hard for you. I know actually I know what your favorite moment was. That was when you and I were recording together, but what was your second favorite musical experience that you've had?
Well, to this date, first of all, I'm gonna just stroke your ego for a second. To this day, I still haven't worked with a faster sound engineer. So
Wow, that's
kudos to
awesome.
you for that.
Dude, I
Yay.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're sick, and you always knew how to dial in my voice, which a lot of producers get it wrong. They think they too much on the high end, too much on the low end, not enough in the middle. Like, it's just too much. Like, make it
Yeah.
sound warm, and it's a silky tone.
It is
But
a silky tone.
it's a silky tone. But what was my favorite moment since then?
Yeah. Like
Oh my
favorite
god.
musical experience. It could be during American Idol. It could be after. It could be I shot this video. By the way, before we were on live, guys, I want to let you guys know what David was able to tell me. He asked me earlier in the week, what kind of microphone should I buy? And I said an SM58. And he said, tell him the story about that SM58.
Well, I didn't realize that, first of all, I don't know shit about microphones. I didn't realize, every time I buy a microphone, I consult Greg Kimball. Like my last cordless wireless mic, whatever, was something you referred. Anyway, I asked him, hey, I'm going to do these live streamings. Like, what microphone should I use? And he's like, use a Shure SM58. And I was like, okay, cool. So I get on Facebook Marketplace and I start looking for them. And I'm like, wait, I think I have like a microphone that I used for an underwater photo shoot that I did.
An underwater photo shoot. Who is listening to this podcast or on our
Yeah,
Facebook Live that
I
can
wish I could
say
show you a
I've done
photo of the
I've done an
actual.
underwater photo shoot?
Bro, I wish I could show you a photo. I'll bring it up here in a second, but I literally. So anyway, I did an underwater photo shoot with the microphone and the XLR cable, and I put it in my bag and I took it home. I was in Arizona at the time for this. I was doing like publicity for one of my, I think for my single back then. I think it was Shield or something.
Okay.
So I was just like, well, let's just get all the publicity we want. We'll do another one photo shoot. Do you have a microphone? Because that'd be kind of cool to tie it in. Don't ask me why. We just did it. And so the microphone still fucking works. And I realized it's an actual SM58. It's a cockroach. It never dies. And so does the cable. Like it all works. So it's
That's
crazy
so
to me.
good.
I
That's
know.
so good. That's so good. So what's the biggest since the well obviously there's no like real big crowds in American Idol. What's the biggest
Yeah.
crowd you've performed in front of since you were crushing American Idol?
Well, to answer your first question, like one of my like proudest, you would say like other than one of my best moments recording with you, the other
Yeah,
moment was
naturally. What's your second favorite
my
musical
second
experience?
favorite was probably performing at Barack Obama's inauguration. That
Okay, that's
was
pretty dope.
opening for John Legend. Like that was like
Honestly,
hands
that's a good
down.
second. That's a good
It was
second.
a good second, but I will say like the biggest like thing out of all time was like learning how to sing with intention and not just to be a show off.
Mm.
Like to actually like convey the lyrics. And I learned that through singing with Bryan Adams. Like he sat us down. He didn't care about the riffs and the runs and all that. He just wanted the harmonies to be great and for you to sing his songs like you meant every single word of it. And I think that
Wow.
that's something that you really learn with just experience. Some people, you get anomalies like the Billie Eilishes and the certain people that can connect with lyrics
Mhm.
really emotionally early on. But others, for I would say like 98% of people, like it takes a lifetime to really
Yeah.
get, you know what I mean? It takes some experience. It takes like pain and all that kind of stuff to really learn how to evoke all that. But so yeah, that's the biggest thing I've learned, the biggest lesson. And then the biggest audience, I would say probably like, I don't know, maybe like 5,000 or 6,000. I've done a lot of festivals. I've done a lot of nightclubs, a lot of gay prides, a lot of just regular prides, just regular festivals. And those are always like, those
Gay
are intense.
Friends, Regular Prides. I love that one.
You know, just like everywhere around the world. I've done so much cool shit, but like, I think the coolest shit is when you're performing in front of like a really intimate group of people because they can hear like every nuance and every, you know, breath. And then you just know you're human when they mess up too. I think that that's really important too, that people know that you can fuck up, but, and that is nowadays, especially that kind of stuff's like revered. Like
Yeah.
if you hit a note and you're, you hit a bum note, but then you're like, hold up, you stop the band. And then you redo that part.
Like
People are like,
Adele did on the
yeah!
Grammys.
Yes,
Dude,
exactly. Yeah.
I was at the Grammys when she did that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
When what Kelly? What, who again?
When Adele was doing the George Michael
Oh yeah,
tribute,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she just look, I've got to do this justice. We're restarting, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh my God, what is happening?"
It's like, oh my God, can you believe that we're all human? And that's another thing this quarantine has done is like made us realize like we're all on the fucking even playing field right now, bro. Like,
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? And I
absolutely,
think that that's one thing that we tend to forget, especially entertainment, is our humanity. Like you can,
exactly.
you aren't, you were born imperfect. Like that's just how this goes. Like, so stop
Exactly.
trying to be perfect. Like it's not gonna work.
Yeah, and there's no such thing. One of the things actually in my motivational speeches that I've been giving is I tell people I want everyone to replace the word perfect with the word excellent just do things as excellently as you can,
Oh, I like that.
because the only thing that perfect gives you is distance. If everyone
Yeah.
thinks that you've got to be perfect, they don't want to talk to you because you're a dickhead. So
Yeah.
just stop trying to be perfect and just say, hey, I'm the best version of me I've got right now, and I need
Absolutely.
you to love me for that.
Right. Or, you know what? I don't even need you to love me, but I love me. And if you decide to
Exactly.
jump on board with that, then we're great. But at the end of the day, I still love who I am. And
Exactly. All
that's really
right.
what we're
So
trying
so
for.
the real reason we've been talking about American Idol and all these festivals and all of this stuff that's happening and the wine
Yeah.
that you're drinking. What song are you going to sing, everybody? Is the real
Oh my,
question.
oh my
What
God.
song? We're putting you on the spot, whether you like it or not. You flashed a microphone. You've got that beautiful silky voice. What song are we singing?
I think I'm gonna have to take it back towards, well, you know, I feel like with everything going on right now that there's so many people hurting, and I know I haven't been affected by the virus per se, and maybe I have people that I know that I know that I know that have. But every
Mm-hmm.
time you turn on the news, I feel like it's always something that's like mad depressing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there is going to be a change, and a change is going to come.
Uh-oh.
And
I know where you're going with this, man.
so can you hear me okay?
Oh,
Oh,
we
wait, is
can
that too
hear
much
you.
verb? That's still too much verb, huh? There we go.
Hey, it's never enough verb is the thing.
That's what I say too. Let me make sure the sound, you can hear the sound. Hold on. Is that still like a balancer?
Yeah, we can hear it. That's good.
Is that too loud?
No, it's good. Maybe more on your vocals.
Maybe what?
Maybe more of David. Always more David.
Okay, check. Hold on. Check. See, everyone's always telling me to pipe down, especially
Mm-mm.
my neighbors.
Well, I'll tell you right now, especially just going back to our past, that was never me and never will be me. I'm never going to say turn down. Turn
Well,
down for what?
how much of the song you want me to do? Turn down for what?
I mean, I say you just have fun with it, and we'll pick it back up whenever you're done. We're in your
Okay.
space right now. You go have fun. A change is going to come. We're here for you.
All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Hernandez.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Yes, it will. It's been too long, baby, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond that sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Someone's always up there saying, baby, yes, don't you come around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Yes, it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, won't you help me please? No. But then he winds up just knocking me back down on my knees. Woo! There's been times when I couldn't last for long. But now I think that we're all able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know that a change gon' come. Yes, it will. It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gon' come. Yeah.
There's more than just me clapping, I promise you. There's more than just me clapping.
Is that?
Come on, that was good, man.
Thanks,
If only
man.
all changes sounded and felt so sweet.
My what?
I said if only all changes sounded and felt so sweet.
Oh man, change is the hardest thing that because
really
we're just like humans of like, we're like creatures of habit. So like,
yes, we are.
change is like excruciating sometimes. I mean, I go through like regular panic attacks every year.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like, it's just, and that's part of also being an artist is that you just never have solid ground, you know?
Oh, exactly right. And that, I think that's one of the things that people, going back to that perfect thing, everyone thinks that you have to fit into this stupid box that someone else is putting you in, that someone else is telling you to be in. And it's just not a thing.
It's just not a thing. It's, I mean, I feel like, especially even more so today, like the more out of the box you are, the more of like a weirdo you are, the more people are just gravitated towards you.
Well, and
like,
it's funny, I've said for a long time, we don't live in, everyone says we live in the information age, we live in the technology age. We don't. We live in the entertainment age.
yeah.
We want to be entertained. And if you can entertain well educating, awesome. But if someone has the choice between hearing me do a motivational speech or hearing someone miss a skateboard jump and rack themselves in the balls, they're watching that every single time. Even me, I want to see that more.
Absolutely.
We want to be entertained.
It's kind of crazy. You'll get like 20 million views on like someone popping like a fucking gnarly pimple, and then you'll get like 1 million views on someone like Jay Shetty doing like this crazy incredible speech. I love Jay Shetty. Like, I watch all of his shit, by the way. But yeah, like, it's just one of those things where like you have an attention span of like a ringworm. Mm-hmm. Maybe not a ringworm. They're not really worms, are they?
Just a worm.
Yeah, of like you have an attention span of a goldfish, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want to see like the skateboarder, you know, smash and crush his balls on the pipe.
So I actually did some research on this, and this is how sad our society is right now. And this is empirical data. Anybody can Google it right now. As of right now, goldfish actually have longer attention spans than humans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you just say?
Goldfish.
I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
You know, I'm so used to it. You got to remember, I run colleges, so I'm used to them. Wait. I know you just said that 5 seconds ago, but what?
But say it again. Yeah.
Go ahead and say it again.
So, do you notice the older you get though? Like, I mean, for me anyway, like I write everything down. Yes. Like I'll go on the notes on my phone and I'm like, he said verbatim, blah, 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 blah. Because I forget. I do forget, but I believe
I have my pen and pad right here. Because there's so many times where I'm talking to people and I'm like, okay, I got to remember that. So
same thing. And it's all handwritten, bro.
Exactly.
Like I'm old school. Like
we're dating ourselves. I don't know if it's good that we're dating ourselves right now.
I don't know what it is. We just like memory. Yeah. Ginkgo biloba. Take your vitamins.
So if people want to engage with you, if they want to engage with your brand, if they want to support, so a couple things that I always do with musicians and artists of all kinds, especially in times like this. Number one, where can people engage with you? How can they find you? How can they do anything to support your brand?
Well, I'm on Instagram and I respond to everybody on Instagram. I respond to all the comments and stuff, and that's D Hernandez Music. That's basically the letter of my first name, D, Hernandez Music with a C.
Mhm.
And then that's also on Facebook as well. And
Nice.
I'm mainly on Instagram and Facebook. I feel like those are the two easiest platforms. And then I'm
Mhm.
also on Twitter. It's also D Hernandez Music. But no matter what, like I'm always like reposting, retweeting, and thanking people if they tag me in like a, because like I released an album about a year and a half ago called Kingdom the Mixtape, and that's out. There's 2 singles off that, Beautiful and Shield. And then I'm releasing a new song next week called Sorry. And then the music video will come probably a couple days later.
There's a song on Kingdom called "Hold On" that's pretty cool, man.
There is one on. It's so true. Yeah. Oh my God. That was the first song that. No, the first song. Yeah. Was that the first song we did together? Was it
That
I
was
Am Who
the
I Am?
first song we did together, and I think we were like very early 20s, very early.
Oh, well, first of all, I did Idol when I was 24, so it had to have been at least a couple years before then. I think I might have been 20 or maybe 23.
So I think yeah, you were 22 or 23. I don't know if I could drink yet actually when we did that. No, no,
How
no,
many
we
years?
could. I can't tell the story of why I know that I could drink on here. That's more of an offline chat. But I
Oh,
just
come on. Now you
remembered
got to tell us.
I could definitely drink when we did that song.
Well, we were drinking actually at the time. Well, we were in your house though, but I know for a fact it was when I was 23 because me and Sly got off the cruise ship, and that's where I met Sly,
Mm.
and he was part of that song. So
How is
it was.
Sly doing, by the way?
He's doing good. So for the people that are watching, my best friend had a stroke a couple of years ago. One of the most incredible singers I've ever met. I actually learned how to sing because of him, like soulfully,
Absolutely.
and funny as
Bridge Over
hell.
Troubled Waters was the first song I've ever heard him sing, and it almost made me crap myself. He,
Yeah, no,
it literally, it will, you can't see this on, but I have chill bumps thinking about him singing that song.
no, he was, yeah, that was his go-to karaoke song.
Yeah.
Like we burnt that song the fuck out. But yeah, he was one of the most incredible singers. So he had a stroke 2 years ago, and he couldn't walk, and now he's starting to walk with some assistance again. His speech is back. He still can't
Awesome.
sing yet, but he's working on it. And
Oh, it's
yeah,
gonna
he's
come
working
back,
on the
1000%. I
yeah.
believe it. That guy, his spirit is coming back, and he has the gift of song, and I'm just proclaiming it right now. It's happening because
I
the
second that.
world was meant to hear him sing. A
Yeah.
thousand percent.
No, 100%. And I can't wait till he comes. Can you imagine if he came out of this being even a better singer?
He
than he
probably
was?
will, knowing him. He probably will.
I mean, he's just gonna shit on all of us.
Yeah,
Like that's all.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's
No,
true.
he's incredible. He's doing. I'll tell him you said hello. He's doing really well
Yeah,
though.
please do, please do.
It's funny because the other day I was like, "How do you feel about the quarantine?" He's like, "Bitch, I've been quarantined for 2 years in this bed." So I'm like, and then he always. I know this is maybe morbid to some people, but when he's annoyed with like his mom or his caretaker or his brother, he literally will act like he's falling asleep, and he'll blame it on the stroke. And he laughs about that. He's like, I just pretend like it's my stroke that makes me irritated. I'm like, you are the worst. Oh my God. He still has a
Oh.
sense of humor, that's for sure.
Yeah, he has always had a sense of humor. So the other thing, where do we find? Are you on iTunes, Spotify?
All
How do
that,
we
yeah.
find you?
Yeah,
Everything.
like Spotify, iTunes, God, Tidal. I mean, every single digital media platform that you can think of, my album is on it.
Okay, and then the other thing that I always, just in case you want to support an awesome artist, because contrary to popular belief, music is actually kind of hard to make a living at.
Yep.
You struggle, you go day in and day out, and a lot of people, I think it's so funny when people think that musicians don't work, and then they only work a 40-hour a week job. Like musicians are like 80 hours a week minimum to make ends meet, because it's just
Yeah.
inside of us. So one of the things that I always do, what is your Venmo and what is your Cash App if anybody just wants to send some support to you?
Oh man, you're so kind. My Venmo is David Hernandez 1. So it's David Hernandez 1, and that's like the best way, honestly. I have Cash App, but it's David Hernandez Music. That's
Got
just
it.
it's the full David Hernandez. But Venmo's like David Hernandez 1. It's the easiest way to go. It's kind of what I've been doing my
Nice.
live streams on, and also every Wednesday I do something called Quarantuned, which
Oh,
is
I love it. I
little
love
play
it.
on words, but it's just me to customized instrumental tracks of songs that of my choice, and
Oh,
then
that's great.
I perform for about an hour and a half. But then during that performance, every 3 to 4 songs that I do, I ask anyone on Instagram or Facebook, because it's all live, what their requests are, and I will sing every song somebody requests, even if it's just a snippet of it, and even if I don't know it, I'll bring up the lyrics and
I don't
we'll
know. I don't know if you should have said that with me, because I'm gonna put in some interesting. Hey, I'm gonna need Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You," but only sing the key change in her key.
Bro, I already have I Have Nothing in my own key right here on my laptop. So I am already prepared for these hoes because everyone always asks me, people are always like, sing a Mariah song. I already got that. I got Hero dialed in. I Have Nothing. I Will Always Love You. Like, I'm ready to go. This computer, I should be a karaoke host after this, honestly. Because I swear to God, like, it's a whole new, and it was an adjustment process, to be honest. Like, it's mad weird when I first I've been doing this for 4 weeks, going on the 5th week now. The first week with no audience, like, you got to clap for your damn self, which is a lesson in life. Clap for your damn self.
It really
And
is,
it's
man.
literally, I would be like, I would finish the song, like, a change is going to come. And it's literally my boyfriend in the room doing lights, and that's it. And I'm like, cool. You guys, I can hear you from way over, you know.
At some point, you got it. Like, one of the things I say, look in the mirror and give yourself credit for who you are, because that person's badass.
There's a song in the Brandy Carlisle tune called "The Story."
Bro, she is one of the best vocalists on planet Earth.
Well, first of all, I heard she did The Story in one take, which makes me angry at her, because that is a perfect take. But she says, there's one line in there. She says, I think it's the first line. All of these lines across my face, all the lines across my face, tell you the story of where I've been, and all of these stories. Like, it's just beautiful. So, like, yeah, when you said look in the mirror, like, just appreciate. I'm like, have some grace for yourself. Like, appreciate like where you've been. Like, yeah, you might be aging and like your body might be changing and shifting, but damn, you've made it this far. Like, that's pretty dope. Like,
super,
you know, you've been on this earth dope. Out of all the millions of organisms that made it onto this earth, you made it, and you're still here. Like, that's an accomplishment in itself.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate the heck out of you, and thank you so much for. You know, it was funny because I was hanging out with Kayla, accidentally drinking some wine, of course. Accidentally.
You just stumbled upon the bottle.
We stumbled. What is this? This is crazy. We should consume it. And
story of my life.
David and I were texting back and forth, and he goes, "Hey, when's a good time for a podcast?" I'm like, "I don't know. Now's good." And he's like, "Well, I've got this and this and this and this. Hey, actually, this canceled. I can do right now. All right, let's go." So
yeah. I mean, why not? The session canceled. And so I was like, I've just been trying to kind of give my days purpose. And I mean, I try to sleep in a little bit, but then, you know, I wake up and make coffee, and then I decide, well, I'm going to release a single next week. Why not?
Exactly.
Like, just, you know what I mean? I mean, you just got to have purpose.
And, you know, I'm going to hold us to it. I'm going to put us on the accountability train. We were texting. We have that song called Hold On. We're going to come out with a Hold On kind of quasi part 2. And we're going to send him some music, and look for that within the next couple weeks. David and I are going to put together a song that, you know, is very appropriate for the time, and we're going to just, you know, try to change lives, which is what, you know, music is great for. It's the way that we vibrate. It's the way that we actually connect with what's going on inside and in the world. The connecting what's inside with the outside is why music exists, you know?
Absolutely.
And so we're just going to try to, you know, help everyone get on the same frequency, if you will. So
we're going to write it all virtually. I can track my vocals on GarageBand, as long as you can definitely add your fucking wizardry to the to
know,
mixing the vocal. I know you do. I know.
Well,
but I have,
David,
you know, I have a Bluebird microphone. Bluebird?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that should work for the vocals. Probably for the vocals, right? I have this little guy right here.
Okay, so you know you're a real artist and a singer when you grab your backpack and you just open it up. You're like, oh, this will work. I just have a studio microphone and it's shock mount with a pop filter. Let's go,
bro. Because you know what, like, oh man. Well, you remember how savvy I wasn't with this shit back in the day. I'm still not savvy with it, but if I have you kind of helping me out a little bit on what settings to do, we'll be golden. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, cool.
I love you, buddy.
We're just gonna give it, you know, 14 days from right now. David and I are releasing a song, and guys, if you can, um, please support his music. Go tag him on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. This is going to go on my podcast, so it's going to live forever. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we've got to keep music going. That's why I made the company KMG, and he is absolutely worth 1,000 times more than what the world gives him right now. And I want people to understand and connect with the music that's inside of him, because I'm telling you right now, he's just getting started. So
Thank you, Greg. I love you, buddy, and I
I,
believe in
I
you
love you
too.
too, man. I
We've
really
been
do.
friends for so many damn years and seen each other's evolutions, and I'm so proud that we're still here doing the damn thing. So
Well, it's because we're related. We legitimately are family. We're not going anywhere, and it's always been an honor and a privilege to know you. And I love you bunches. I support your. I've always you were one of the you were probably so, and quick just tangent. I'm going to go on for 43 seconds.
okay,
Um,
43.
43 seconds. Someone can time me, but I'll tell you
You're
right
down
now,
two already.
I've always been a pretty good singer, and you were one of the best things that's ever happened to me and my voice,
Oh my
because
God.
you were the very first person who showed me new things and challenged me and stretched me vocally, and you were one of my very biggest musical influences without even realizing it. So thank you so much for who
Dude,
you've been in my life without probably realizing it, because I finally had someone that was not just my equal, but really stretching me vocally, because I would do some sort of run, or I would do this, or I'd hit this note, and then David would be like, yeah, but what if you added this? I'm like, wait, shit, you can add
you can
stuff to
add. Well, we would listen to Wanye for like hours, like
that?
on
Yep.
repeat, like just the same
Yep.
run. But thank you. That means a lot to me. That really honestly does. Because there's been a lot of times where I felt like giving up in music. So to hear that makes me know that I'm on the right track. And also, you literally have stretched me as well. And I've never met anybody else that has made me sing the same line 30 times. So
Anybody who's watching this that I've produced, they're always like, there's other people who he's made do that.
oh, bro, I would be so heated in that other room recording vocals. I would be like, this motherfucker really like. There's only so many times you can be like, and I'm not alone, and I'm not alone. One more time, and I'm not alone. No, it was a little pitchy on the own. I'm like, okay, all right, so we're good.
Yeah,
Well,
but
why don't
hey,
you just
when
pitch
we
it?
were done, you were like, damn, that sounds great.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember the end result was always great. But you know what? Learning new tricks and change is always. It's like, when you're growing up and you start growing, like your muscles start hurting because you're growing. It's like that.
Absolutely.
The growing pains. But I love you, buddy. Thank you for having me on. Everybody
Dude.
that's watching, friend me on Facebook and Instagram. I will approve you and I will interact with you.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you, buddy.
No worries, buddy. Let's talk soon.
Absolutely. The final percent.